YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Grizz, and today we're going to be talking about who I'm investing in for the first roster update here in, by the time you're seeing this video, it would be 3 days. So on the 26th, around 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific, kind of depends on where you live, what time everything will go live. MLB is going to be doing their first roster update. And for those of you that don't know, this is a very easy position for you guys to make a ton of stubs, and it's also an easy position for you all to lose a ton of stubs if you invest in the wrong people. So I have 10 players kind of picked out that I am investing in or will be investing in here in the future with my 60,000 subs that I have. And I'm going to be sharing those people and the reasons why here in the video. So let's get right into player number 1. Real quick, guys, so I know people are going to see that my first guy that I picked is Salvador Perez. And it's not in any particular order. I'm not saying to spill all your stubs into Salvador Perez. I'm just kind of picking 10 players and just going off that. But Salvi does make a strong case to go up to, I'm not going to say a gold yet. It's more of a long-term investment. Do I think he deserves a gold? Absolutely. These hitting stats are atrocious for how well he hits. But with that being said, Salvador's hitting .341, which is tied for 12th in the league. He has 6 homers already, which is tied for 4th. 22 RBIs, which is tied for 2nd, and a 998 OPS, which is tied for 12th. So Salvi, I don't think they should keep him at catcher. I think they should move him to like a DH first base role because he hasn't played much catcher. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's played catcher, but yeah, I definitely think if he stays how hot he is, he will definitely go up to a gold at some point. Maybe this update. It would take a lot, though. +5 overall. But even going up to like a 78, 79, especially with how cheap he is, I mean, you can get him for 188 if you buy it correctly. So I'd give him a shot. Second guy that I have on my list is Bobby Witt Jr. Now, Bobby Witt Jr. is obviously a guy that came out of the gates crazy. He was basically right there with Mookie for the most part for the longest time. He slowed down a little bit, but not too bad. I mean, he's batting .298 with 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, 910 OPS, and let's see. I want to see how many stolen bases he has so far. With 4 stolen bases. Bobby Witt Jr. is a guy that I hands down see going up to at least a 90 plus at some point this season. It may not be this next update, but again, this is another kind of long-term investment. It might pay off instantly. If he has a great week or a great next couple of days, he could hands down go up. But, I mean, look at these hitting stats. They're bound to get increased. The guy can hit the ball. He hits it hard, too. Speed's obviously there. I think his steal can be increased a little bit. And then his fielding, he's a very well above average fielder. Already a gold, but I can see that moving up, too. And he's only going for 5,900 stubs. It's a very low-risk investment because he's also a usable card. He helps you complete the Royals collection. If you want to buy someone cheap that could definitely pay off once he gets up to a 90, I would recommend taking Bobby Witt Jr. The third guy that I'm going to be suggesting is Juan Soto. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, Soto got traded from the Padres to the Yankees in the offseason, and since he's came over, I honestly think he's single-handedly been the main player. Obviously, Judge is there. He's not doing so hot this season so far. He kind of does typically start in a slump, so it's nothing to panic about. But Juan Soto, in the few games they've been playing, .322 average, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, 991 OPS. And this guy has hit walk-off bombs. He's hit freaking moonshots. I think with that short porch there in New York, I could very easily see Juan Soto making a case for AL MVP. And obviously, if you look at him, he's going for 4,500 stubs, guys. Obviously, the jump from 85 to 90 is not realistic. It could happen, but it's very unlikely. But Juan Soto will definitely get an upgrade unless he just doesn't get a hit for the next few days. But they can definitely increase his power, especially against lefties. He hits lefties pretty solid. That 125 discipline, obviously, they can't upgrade that much, but the clutch I could see going up just by how he's been performing whenever it's clutch moments for him. And I definitely see Juan Soto at least hitting a 90 this season. So another long-term investment, but I promise I have some short-term investments that are almost guaranteed to pay off for y'all. The fourth guy I have on my list is a no-brainer. This is Colton Cowser, is hands down the best rookie in baseball right now. And anyone that has any debate is just wrong. He has came out and he's balling. Batting .364 with 6 bombs, 17 RBIs, and a 1,200 OPS. Colton Cowser is a beast. I was able to go to the game yesterday at Kansas City. Saw this guy hit a bomb. Him and Westberg went back-to-back. With common hitting, this guy just slugs. He is going to get a huge boost to every hitting stat. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think he deserves gold. But obviously, that would be a huge jump. But he's hands down going to go up to silver. And he's not crazy expensive at $225. I think if he gets a pretty decent boost to his hitting stats, he is a usable card too. I mean, I like his swing. I could see Cowser getting a pretty big jump. So definitely invest in Cowser. This is a short-term investment that is almost guaranteed to pay off with the roster update. And even at that point, buying him here and holding and seeing if he stays on fire would still be worth it in my opinion, because this guy is hands down going to get at least gold at some point. And we're going to stay right here on the Orioles. Jordan Westberg. Let me pull up his stats real quick. Jordan Westberg, I believe, is also a rookie. He has came out on fire as well. He has the Tops Now card. I think that's what they call it, the weekly players. He's a great card, very usable, great second baseman. And second base is a position that's very, there's not much. I mean, I'm literally using the 89 overall Tigers second baseman Tops Now. I can't think of his name right now, but that's all I had. I was using Mookie whenever he was supercharged, but put the second baseman from the Tigers in because he's a lefty, and I just got Alejandro Kirk, and I'm wanting to try him out. But Jordan Westbrook this season's batting .320 with 5 bombs, 18 RBIs, and a .999 OPS. I mean, what more can you say about it? He's a 74 overall bronze. He's almost guaranteed to go up to silver. I could see him also hitting gold at some point. And he's 169 stubs, guys. Let me check something real quick. How much? Give me 1 second. I'm curious. How much do silvers quick sell for? Let's just check Santander. 150. So, I mean, you won't get quick sell value off of him, but his value is definitely going to go up, and I see him hitting gold at some point, so invest in him. I mean, the Orioles can hit. Brian Mountcastle is probably going to be a guy you want to invest in. Santander is one of those borderline guys you might want to invest in. I don't see him jumping up to gold, but he could definitely go there at some point. Cedric Mullins is another guy. I could see him going gold. He had that 5 straight games with the home run. Gunnar Henderson, I don't really see him going to diamond, but I do see him going up to like an 83, 84, and eventually, if he stays consistent, going up to an 85 at least. Corbin Burns is almost a shoe-in to go up to diamond. So with that 2,400 stubs, I mean, if you think about it, I don't have any duplicate diamonds to check, but even the lower overall diamonds quick sell for 3K stubs, if I'm not mistaken. So you can make, let's say you buy them at 2,450, you'll make about 650 stubs per card that you buy. So I mean, that's one thing to look at. But basically, almost the whole Orioles team except for Jackson Holliday would honestly be worth buying. So keep that in mind. I mean, if you're looking at the Orioles and you find someone, a couple people that I would highly recommend is Jordan Westbrook, just because of how cheap he is. Cowser's not cheap, but he would be worth it. I think he's going to go up as well. Mountcastle's not even cheap, but I think he goes for 300. I think golds go for 300 subs, so it'd kind of be worth it. But Corbin Burns and Jordan Westbrook, I think, are the two guys in the Orioles that I would hands down invest in. The next guy that I think would be a great investment for anyone is Shota. I'm not going to attempt his last name because I don't want to butcher it and people getting mad at me. But in his, I think he started 4 games. He started 4 games. He is 3-0, a .84 ERA, 21 Ks, and a .75 WHIP. He's a beast. He's definitely tearing it up for the Cubs. he is almost a shoo-in to go to at least gold. And so this is where it gets weird. Obviously, since he was a rookie, they added him into the game later. His buy now and sell now are crazy high. But if Shota stays, this is another long-term investment just based on how much you have to pay for him. If Shota stays on the tear that he is on, he is another guy that I see going diamond, especially if he can keep that ERA below a 2.0 and keep winning. I mean, what more can you say? He'll definitely earn his way up to a diamond, but obviously they won't jump him up that high. That'd be kind of unrealistic. But invest in Shota. A couple more guys on the Cubs that I think would be worth investing in is Nico Horner. His hitting stats are very low, power mainly, and he has been hitting all right. So I could see Nico going up. Maybe, I don't know about diamond, but definitely in the future. Same thing with Dansby Swanson. I could see Swanson making the jump. He's doing all right, and his hitting stats are atrocious for how well he can hit. And Seiya Suzuki. Obviously, I don't see Suzuki going up to a diamond or anything like that, but I definitely see him going high gold. He's been batting pretty well. As you can see, I have a couple of both of these guys. And like I said, I'm investing a lot more. I just haven't really bought anyone yet. I know this is a no-brainer, but my next guy is Spencer Steer. Spencer Steer has been doing great this season. There's actually been a lot of rookies, second-year players that have been doing very well. Steer obviously has been supercharged. I could see him making the jump up to gold. And with that 251 stub buy, 300 stubs, I mean, it's not going to be a lot of profit, but you'll make some profit off of him. So look into him. Don't buy Ellie. Don't pay 700 subs for Ellie De La Cruz. That will not pay off. Do not make that mistake, y'all. Don't do it. And then over here on the Brewers, invest in William Contreras. I could see him going up to diamond. Probably won't initially, but he's a guy that's going to go up. And if he does go diamond at some point and you're buying him at that 1,200 stub range, that's 1,800 stub profit, basically. Look into him. I know we had a bad game last night, but I still see Zach Gallen going up to a diamond. I am still holding. I sold one of them just to get a little bit of stubs, but I'm holding on to Zach Gallen. I also could see Christian Walker going up at some point, especially with how terrible his hitting stats are. Ketel Marte is almost a lock for me to go diamond, but it's 2,700 stubs, so you're not going to make much off of that. And then I could see Lourdes Gurriel getting a little bit of an upgrade, but definitely invest in my opinion, Zach Gallen and Christian Walker, I think, is a good investment. I obviously Ketel Marte, like I said, is going to go up to diamond, there's no doubt, but you're not going to make much, so steer clear of that. Now we get to the Dodgers. There's a few guys here that I think are worth investing in. One guy being Mookie Betts. If you have the stubs to invest in Mook, do it. This guy, I mean, look at these stats. For how well he's hitting, I 100% see his stats getting a pretty nice boost. He's probably going to go up to a 93, 94 overall. And with that, I think he will skyrocket over 100,000 stubs. The reason being because he can play second base, which is a very weak position. He's a shortstop who a lot of people have questions of that position, and he can be put anywhere in the outfield, and he has the defense to do it. Invest in Mookie if you can, because like I said, if he goes up to a 94, he's probably going to be over 100,000 stubs. That's a guaranteed at least 16,000 stub profit. Kind of hard to say no to that. Also, Tyler Glasnow is almost a lock to go diamond, in my opinion. Same thing with Evan Phillips. I can also see Will Smith going up. Any one of these three guys would be a solid investment. But keep in mind, you will only make about 400 subs off Glasnow now, and you'll only make about 800 off Will Smith. But if Phillips goes up, that's a 1,400 stub profit. Something to keep in mind there as well. One more guy that I think would be worth investing in, and then I'm going to give you one of my very big underdog guys that I have bought quite a few of. Dylan Cease. Now, the same thing is going on with Dylan Cease, going for over 400 stubs. But like Shota, he is a long-term investment. If you guys look at his stats, you'll see why. This guy, if he stays on the tear he's on, will be a diamond. He was the White Sox best player, came over to the Padres, and he's doing the same thing he was doing on the White Sox on a winning team here with the Padres. Invest in Cease. And then last but not least, this is a guy that I invested in because he's cheap. He goes for 47 stubs if you buy him now, 25 if you just buy him, like put it in buy orders. Jose Caballero was at one point leading the shortstops in batting average. This guy is an on base. He's almost a guaranteed on base guy. His hitting stats are terrible. If he keeps getting on base like he has been, he's almost guaranteed to at least get a contact boost. With a contact boost, should put him over the edge to at least be a silver at some point. If he goes up to silver, that is a couple hundred stub profit off of each one. Check him out. He's a very low risk, like I said, 25 stubs. So, and I mean, I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, and if he doesn't pan out, you quick sell him for what you bought him for. Give him a shot, y'all. Oh, yeah, and then one more player. I almost forgot about this other very underrated guy. Obviously, there's a lot more players in here that I'm missing, but I can only go through so much, and I'm kind of picking the ones that I really like to get an upgrade. Come over here to the Mets, and you keep going down, to Reed Garrett. Reed Garrett is almost guaranteed. He should definitely go up to bronze. He is tearing it up, and he's only a common. Obviously, as you can see, he's more stubs than Jose. But if this guy goes up to bronze, huge profit opportunity, especially for the people that bought him in the past. This guy can definitely get a very nice upgrade. But with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all leave a comment. Tell me any people that I missed out on. Let me know if maybe I shouldn't invest in one of the guys I suggested. But if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to show some love in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back for future content.